any kind of marketing?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
Are you doing any kind of marketing plan right now?
No, I am not.
Okay. So this one is designed for, because I'm working primarily with agents who don't have much of a budget yet. This is just really geared toward email, and there's so it's the ways that you can use the marketing plan is a blog post that you can publish online. You can publish it on your website. You can publish it on LinkedIn, of course, and different things. But then you do a PDF report for your email newsletter. Then you use a phone voice script to use when following up about the newsletter. And then you do a social media post. And of course, all of these have images in them. And you post on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Pinterest. So the map kind of looks like this. First, you publish your blog post. Then you attach the PDF report to cover email. Here's Caroline. Let's let her join. Thank you for your patience, Nicole.
Oh, no worries.
Hey, Caroline.
Hi, sorry, I'm driving right now.
So is
I'm about to
Nicole.
walk inside though, so.
I'll publish this sheet that I'm using. So this is and we just started, so I'll just briefly go over. The 12-month marketing plan is designed to be used without much of a budget. It's all digital. So what you'll do, ways that you use it is you do a blog post you can publish online, then you do a PDF report for your email newsletter, then you do a phone voice script to use when following up about the newsletter, and then you do a social media post, and everything has images, and you post on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and or Pinterest. So the way that the way the path for the marketing plan flows each month is you do the blog post first, then you attach a PDF report to cover email, then you email your network, then you call voicemail your network that you sent the report to, the newsletter to, then you post on social media, and everything has a call to action, right? So everything is going to say, call me for more information or contact me for more information. And then you're going to do an optional Facebook ad that goes to a specific network. So that's depending on your dollars and so on. But so when I laid out, I used a resource called Paperless Agent. But these are kind of the ideas for each month. So January would be real estate this year, what to expect. And it gives your database an overview of what happened in the year just passed. It reviews what is expected for coming months. It helps your database think about buying or selling because you're talking about real estate and trends that are happening in real estate. And then if you're thinking of moving this year, here's a list of things to start doing to get your home ready. And then the call to action is contact me before making renovations so that I can help you make the smartest, most economical choices. And then February would be 5 reasons to sell before the selling season starts. And it lists you basically list all the reasons. Now would be of greater benefit to them to list before the market is flooded. And some of those look like, well, you don't have as much competition. You are more likely to have more serious buyers. That you can figure out from a CMA how long it's taking to sell homes on the market, but that's something that we can flesh out. And then you also want to add in a list of steps that they can take to prepare their home for listing. And it builds on the January campaign where you started them thinking about selling their home and moving. And then the call to action is contact me to find out how much your home is worth. Or again, you can reiterate, call me now to contact me now so that before you make any renovations so that I can help you understand what are the most economical renovations and the best renovations to make. And then March would be compounding your household's worth. And this is basically helping your clients think of ways to make their homework for them. So you might partner with a CPA or a lender to relate how to use home equity to create wealth. You might share information about using home equity to purchase investments and what that looks like, and a spreadsheet showing what the return would be. April would be increase your home's value up to 28% with these 5 tips. So you want to talk about curb appeal, flowers, pressure washing, new mulch, paint interior if needed and exterior too if needed, painting the front door trim and shutters, installing new door fixtures, and updating the house numbers. Boy, this is going to be a quick class, I can tell, unless you all have questions.
Nope, no, not so far.
Okay, so May would be top 5 home trends for summer. And you can research this in April of next year because the trends are going to be changing, of course, in 2022. Can't believe that. We're already there, but you might talk about trending colors for paint, and in your images you'd put some examples of those paint colors. So are they going to be warm and bold? Are they going to be neutral, gray? Are we still going to see grays, off-whites, and whites, or are we going to see more pops of color? Trending flooring. Right now it's that gray engineered hardwood that people are using, and also different tiles that people are using. It's white with gray streaks or white with black streaks are kind of trending now. But what's it going to look like for next year? Because it always changes. I remember when I bought my first house, pink and blue were in. So I had salmon colored carpeting in one room and blue carpeting in another room, and I had blue and pink wallpaper. And then there was a period where we had orange and browns were in, so it always changes. And then you can talk about trending accent colors, trending kitchen finishes, trending bath finishes. And June is going to be, what is your home buying power? And when your database is considering moving, they'll wonder what they can afford. So you want to help them with that. You can provide lenders that they can contact. You want to use a marketing sheet that Shelter has, or work with the lender that you work with to create one that outlines the buying power at different interest rates to create urgency. Emphasize pre-approval. In our market, we emphasize going through underwriting. I don't know what that'll look like next year as all the moratorium on foreclosures changes our market. So that's something that we can look at. I like to, in November and December, set out my first 2 quarters, my first 6 months marketing. And I also set out my budget for marketing. And because you can get information about the first 6 months, and then you can always tweak it each month if you just double check and see what's changing. And then July, you want to talk about the real home value calculator. You want to provide a checklist that homeowners can use to note all the upgrades they've made, the features of their home that might be important in helping them sell and get a higher price. You want to educate them on what buyers are looking for. You want to offer to complete a CMA. And you also want to offer education on tax assessments that come out in July. So August is top apps for homeowners. And this is just a fun one. So there's one is the best app for finding local businesses and exploring your neighborhood. And that app is Around Me. The best app for monthly bill reminders and savings is Chime. House has everything you need for your next home improvement project, whether you're looking to build, remodel, or redecorate your home. House comes up with thousands of pictures and products for you, and you can shop the products and see right in the app and connect with the best professionals to help with your home improvement project.
Candace,
Yes,
where are you finding all this?
I Google a lot. I research.
Okay, gotcha.
I research and I Google. Best app first, and I'll send this to you, Nicole, so you'll have it because it's got links in the document. Best app for sustainability is Julebug, Joule Bug. This is a perfect home, and I just copied and pasted this. I didn't even tweak this. This is the perfect homeowner app if you're concerned with sustainability and lowering your energy consumption. The app lists practices and habits you can pick up to save energy and water and lower your bills. Julebug offers examples of sustainable actions in categories such as energy waste, water, transportation, food, drink, shopping in the office and outdoors. And it also has a social component so you can share your achievements. So the best app for home tips and tricks is Brightness. So it has everything from maintenance reminders, like when to change your fire alarm batteries, to fun DIY projects. It helps homeowners organize and complete tasks in and around the home. And you can learn everything from how to layer your indoor lighting to expert outdoor grilling advice with a wide variety of design, DIY, maintenance, cleaning, and organization tips. It's free and easy to use tool, and it helps homeowners take care of their space in fun and creative ways. So the best app for interior design is Havenly, Havenly. The best app for finding pet-friendly faces is Bring Fido. And so it tells you all about dog activities. It tells you about if it's okay to bring your dog to dinner with friends. It tells you fun places to stay, play, and eat with your dogs, pet-friendly hotels, restaurants, activities, events, services, and more. You can also save money on dog walkers and spend more time with your dog. So the best app for furniture assembly, moving, and handyman tasks is TaskRabbit. And that's like if you need some help putting together the furniture you ordered, or if you're looking for cleaners to get your home ready for a holiday party, from moving and packing to general handyman tasks. You can browse a variety of services professionals. And I just want to say a note about this. I might when I send this marketing when I send this marketing campaign, I'm going to also give a list of my preferred vendors because I like to provide that as a service. Or my call to action for this might be call me for a list of vendors that I've put together from past clients who are recommending their vendors. That would probably be my call to action this month. Best app for finding the perfect paint color is Color Snap Visualizer. And this helps you to try on any Sherman-Williams color on your own walls through an augmented reality experience. You upload an inspiration photo with colors or palettes you want to try and tap the wall color to change instantly. So there's also another app that I use, but I think it's on my old phone, but I'll try and find it. But you take a picture of your wall and then it allows you to put different colors on your wall so you can see what it looks like. So November is when I would just do a gratitude letter. I might put in I would have a gratitude for the year, gratitude for past clients or the people in the database, wishes for the database. I would make it very heartfelt. And I might also talk about holiday entertaining, like for instance, layered entertaining is very popular right now where you have appetizers in the kitchen and then you have dinner in the dining room and then you have dessert in the terrace level or on the back porch. In November, we still can have that kind of weather where you could do that kind of layered entertaining. So I might put some pictures and examples of that. I might put in a holiday menu, some side dishes and things like that that would go into this newsletter or blog post. And then December, gosh, I'm going to be like a 15-minute class instead of an hour. 5 tips for a safe holiday. So you want to do things like, you want to list things like encourage people to use smart lights, video doorbells, and alarm systems to prevent theft. You want to make sure the holiday lights and decorations are in good condition, and turning off the lights at night is a good practice. And they say don't leave elf on a shelf near a heat source because they tend to melt, and that's really sad for the kids. Don't overshare on social media. Talk about your holiday vacation after you're back, not before. Same if you have relatives visiting you. You don't know who's reading your social media posts. So just talk about the holiday after the wonderful holiday and not before. Double check. This is the time of year to double check to make sure your smoke alarms and fire extinguishers are in good condition. And you want to practice safe gift giving. So you want to give age appropriate gifts. You want to gift safety equipment when giving things like bikes and skateboards. You want to make sure the helmets and the knee pads and all of that are part of the gift, even if it's a family compilation of gifts. Everybody in the family is contributing something. And then you also want to look at the Consumer Product Safety Commission for recalls. Every single year there's a recall on something. I mean, even one year there was a recall on Cabbage Patch Kids. They had something, their mouth was gobbling up, they had hinged jaws, I guess, and it was gobbling up kids' hair and their fingers. So make sure that you encourage your database to look for those. And so that is my 12-month marketing plan. I'm thinking, and we've talked about this before, Carolyn, I think you were on when we talked about maybe getting together and going someplace and having a little bit of wine or coffee and really fleshing out our 12-month marketing plan and kind of brainstorming to make it, for the images we're going to use and that kind of thing. So if anybody is interested in doing that, I'll be doing that sometime in the next quarter, and you're all welcome. Are there any questions about this or any ideas?
No questions. I would be interested in doing.
Okay. Or we can actually come into the training room and bring I think we can bring a bottle of wine in here. We don't have to bring wine, but it just makes it fun, makes it more like a party.
Right.
And that might be a good thing to do. And just so anyway, I'm just offering that out there, and I'll set up a time and a place for that. And anybody who wants to show up, we can work on it. And like I said, so right now we're in July. So I think providing a checklist that homeowners can use to track upgrades features. I'm going to do this. So when I do it, I will share it. We know right now what buyers are looking for, right? They're looking for open, they're looking for turnkey in most cases, unless they're investors. They're looking for the white kitchens, the gray, lighter walls, lighter off-white or gray walls. They're looking for functionality. Because of COVID, a lot of people are looking for extra space for a home office, whether that's in a bedroom or whether that's a carved out niche that a closet could be turned into a bedroom. We offer to do a complete CMA, or offer to complete a CMA. I use the quick CMA always. I think for me, the cloud CMA is too much, but that's a personal preference and there's no right or wrong with that. If you like the cloud CMA, use it. And then offer education on tax assessments. We just got a good email from one of our partners, one of our closing attorneys, who said they would be glad to help people understand their tax assessors, so we can put in their information and link to that as well. And then August is just sending out these apps, right? I'm gonna want to tweak it a little bit because I ripped this off and I didn't change it up at all. So I want to definitely change it up so I can make it mine. But that's pretty much it. And then so for the next quarter, I like to work on the next quarter. So that looks like, what does that look like? That looks like July, August, and September. And September is how to hire an amazing, oh, I forgot September and October. September is how to hire an amazing realtor. So you want to create a list of questions to ask the realtor that will point them to you, right? Things like, does your realtor, I'm cautious about this because we have so many dual career agents, but does your realtor work for full time? Will your realtor be involved in handling the transaction? Even if there's a team, and the answer to that is, even if I have a team, the team supports me so that I can focus on you. That's the answer to that question. I'll post a list of questions that I've used in the past. 5 attributes of an amazing realtor. You want to say, I'm a pricing specialist. I'm a marketing specialist, or I partner with a marketing coordinator specialist. I'm a negotiation specialist. I'm a prospecting specialist, meaning I will prospect. This is a real differentiator. When I go on listing appointments, I talk about that I prospect for 2 hours daily on behalf of my sellers to find buyers for their home. And that implies, then I say, and first of all, I have to have a database. And secondly, I have to be willing to commit to those 2 hours a day that I do commit to. And secondly, I have a database of realtors that I can reach out to, and that's our office and other realtors and so on. You also want to say that you're a communication specialist, because communication is the #1 reason why people report not having a good experience with a realtor. So those are the 5 attributes of an amazing realtor. October, you get to talk about real estate investing, because they might be thinking about, what do I want to do next year to create more income? So real estate investing and how it creates income while you sleep. So you want to outline why real estate investing works. You want to talk about how more millionaires have been made in real estate than any other industry. You want to talk about appreciation of an asset, a hedge against inflation, and also cash flow. So those are some of the things you could talk about there. And then we got to November and December. So that's pretty much what I have. So we can get together July. I'll try and post what I have. The real home count, I'll put together the July one and I'll send that out so you can see what that looks like and copy it if you want to. And I'll do the same for August when I change that up. And then I'll try and flesh something out in August for September. So any questions? And if you have any ideas or anything that you think would be a good marketing campaign, but what I like about this is that it's all digital. It doesn't take any money at all. It just takes some time and some thought and some research. And most of everything that you want to find, you can find on the internet. There's so many people providing great information out there that, it's just so easy to do anymore. And it doesn't take that long. So that's pretty much it. Any questions? We're finished in half an hour. So bonus, you have a half an hour to go prospect or, oh, Wanda just entered. Okay, I'm going to do it all again. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you, Candace.
Bye. Hi, Lawanda.
Hi, Candace. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good, thank you.
I'm glad you're on here because I went through the whole thing in half an hour and I was like, well, I'm half an hour finished. So I'm going to stop the recording and then I'm gonna go over this for you.
Oh, thank you.
Are you able to see my screen? I mean, are you someplace where you can see my screen? You're not driving or anything?
Oh, no, ma'am, I'm driving. I can see it.
You're driving?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Okay, I'm gonna share my screen then. So I am
Okay.
gonna keep recording. Okay, so can you see this? This is my 12-month marketing plan.
Okay.
Okay, so so this is all about doing this on a budget. This is all digital. This is all something that just takes a little time and thought. So you do a blog post that you can publish online. Then you do a PDF report for your email newsletter. You do a phone voice script to use when following up about the newsletter. And you do a social media post and everything has images, but for you to post on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Pinterest. And this is what the path looks like. First, you publish the blog post, whether that's on your website or you have a blog post like WordPress or one of those.
Okay.
Then you attach a PDF report to the cover email. Then you email your network with that report. And you also put a link to your blog post. You would call your voicemail, you'd call and leave a message or call and talk to your database that you sent it to see what their thoughts were and if you can help them with anything. Then you want to post a social post and there's a call to action in there. Contact me for information about what that subject is for the month. And then optional, you can do a Facebook ad if you do have funds available.
Okay.
So January is real estate, what to expect in the new year. And it gives your database an overview of what happened in the year just passed. It reviews what is expected for coming months, and it helps your database think about buying or selling. And then if you can say to them in the report, if you're thinking about moving this year, here's a list of things to start doing to get your home ready for sale. Call to action is contact me before making renovations so I can help you make the smartest, most economical choices. For instance, I have one investor who thinks that he increases the saleability, but he does not increase his profit because he likes to put a wow deck on the back of a house.
Okay.
And it is a wow factor, but dollar for dollar, it's not a good cost for him. So I've worked with him and I've sold a bunch of homes for him. And I've worked with him, but he just has to do his deck. So I've just come to realize, and he knows, you're going to make this home really saleable, but you're not going to realize your money back from that. But you can help people understand, like paint and so on is an easy one. Then February would be 5 reasons to sell before the selling season starts. List all the reasons, why listing now would be a greater benefit to them before the market is flooded. List of steps they can take now to prepare their home for listing. You can piggyback off of January. And this builds on the January campaign where they started thinking about, I really do want to make a move this year. Call to action is contact me to find out how much your home is worth, or you can repeat, call me before making renovations so I can help you make the smartest choices.
Okay.
Then March would be compounding your household's worth. You want to help your clients think of ways to make their home work for them in more ways than one. So you'd partner with a CPA or a lender to relate how to use home equity to create wealth. You might share information about using home equity to purchase investments, or they might, choose to do a 15-year mortgage so that they can save on the interest. Or it might be that making an extra payment to principal a month is a way to pay down their home faster and save all that interest. So different things like that. Then in April, you will increase your home's value up to 28% with these 5 tips. And these are just basic things like curb appeal. You need flowers, pressure washing, new mulch, paint the exterior and the interior if it's needed. You want to paint the front door trim and shutters because those are the first impressions. You want to install new door fixtures, and they want to update house numbers. Sometimes you go to a home and the mailbox needs to be painted and the house numbers are all kind of dirty, and they maybe new brass ones or new pretty ones would be better. And then May is 5 top home trims for summer. You can research that in April of the new year. Trending colors for paint, trending flooring, trending accent colors, trending kitchen finishes, trending bath finishes. You can also, you can research that on the internet, or you can reach out to some of your contractors who are doing renovations all the time, or reach out to some flippers. For instance, biggerpockets.com is a site for real estate investors where you can post questions like this, and people that are flipping homes will answer. What is your home buying power? It is June. So when your database is considering moving, they'll wonder what they can afford. So you want to provide the lenders. You want to use the marketing sheet that outlines buying power at different interest rates to create urgency. And you want to emphasize pre-approval. In our market, you want to emphasize underwriting, but June of next year, we may not have the same market. So it may be that pre-approval is enough for them. But you want to emphasize pre-approval versus pre-qualification. And do you know what the difference is, Luanda?
No, ma'am.
Okay, so I'm glad I asked that. So pre-approval means basically that your lender has had a conversation with your client and they have told them about their debt, and they've told them about their debt and they've represented what they earn. For instance, if I ever apply for a credit card, I always inflate what I earn so that I can have more spending power. And it's not that I use them, but it's so that I have a really low debt to income ratio in case I do use a credit card from time to time. And
Is that the pre-qual or pre-approval?
that's pre-qualification. They will pull
Okay.
their credit for a pre-qualification,
Mhm.
but for pre-approval, they actually pull credit and they actually have done some background checking on
Okay.
the person
With financials and stuff too?
to make sure that what they're representing is appropriate.
Okay.
And it usually implies that your buyer has submitted some documents like tax records and so on like that, so that they can prove that what they have represented is true. Now we do,
Okay.
the other thing you might outline in June is we have those smart products now with shelter mortgage, for instance,
Mhm.
self-employed people, where they don't have to show their tax records, since those of us who are self-employed try to make it look like we make no money. And so, but they base it off of, I think, your last 3 bank statements. There's several of those, and I think that flyer is in the Roswell Rocks. But you could outline something like that, hey, did you know these loans are out here for you, the smart loans? I'm going to add that right quick. Okay, July is the real home value calculator. So you'd provide a checklist for your homeowners that they can use to track whatever upgrades they've done. This will get it ready for listing, which is great. So for instance, if one of the things I always ask for my listings is, hey, what upgrades have you done in the past 5 or 10 years? And when they say, well, we put in a new HVAC last year, and oh, we had the roof repaired or the roof replaced. Oh, we did a new kitchen cabinet, or hey, we did a master bath rehaul. I have them list that out on a sheet. So this just gets them ready for that. They can list it out on a sheet. They can say when they did it, if they know. They can say how much it cost if they know, and or they want to reveal that, and they can provide receipts for those things if they still have them. Some homeowners are really organized and some are not. So we just work with the person that we're working with. You can educate them on what buyers are looking for. And like, for instance, what we know about buyers right now is they tend to like turnkey. They don't want to go in and do a lot of projects. They want to move and be done with it. We know that buyers are looking for workspaces in the home. Because of the pandemic, a lot of people are still working from home and anticipate working from home. We also know that home amenities are really important right now. Pools used to be kind of a neutral thing in an appraisal, but right now pools are actually adding to the value of a home because people are afraid to be in the community pool, although I'm not seeing that in the community where I live. But people do, if they can have a pool at home, that's great. Or access to neighborhood amenities is really important right now. Also, the colors that are trending right now are white, light gray, off-white, and then kitchen counters and kitchens. I'm seeing all white kitchens. I haven't seen those since the 80s, or sorry, the 90s. I think is when the kitchens were all white. And interestingly enough, what I learned about white kitchens is when I had my first white kitchen. My first kitchen was dark, and then my second kitchen was white. And man, did it show every stain. Like if you cook spaghetti and spaghetti sauce splashed on something, you had to clean your cabinets. So, but that's what's trending now, the white cabinets and the light white quartz or granite countertops with a little bit of gray or black striations through them. Same for master baths and secondary baths in general, if people are renovating those. So you can offer to complete a CMA. And I have used my whole life a quick CMA because I think it gives enough information. I'll send over the homes that are I'm using for the CMA. I'll send it over in an email so they can look at the pictures. I don't print those out because I think they look much better online with the light from your computer behind them. But if you choose to use a cloud CMA and you like to do that, there's nothing wrong with that. I just don't ever have the patience for it. Offer to educate on tax assessments that come out in July. So we just got an email from one of our closing attorney partners who offered to help homeowners with any questions they had about tax assessments or even to fight it. I know about a year ago, no, maybe it's been about 2-3 years ago, Fulton County came out with these tax assessments that more than doubled what the tax bill would be, and people went cuckoo nuts and fought it, and so they had to back off of that, which was really crazy when you're used to paying $2,000 and all of a sudden it's $4,000 for the same home. So you can offer to educate them on tax assessments that come out in July. And then August is our top apps for homeowners. I just Googled this, and this is what I found. So best app for finding local businesses and neighborhood and exploring your neighborhood is Around Me. Best app for monthly bill reminders and savings is Chime. This is where you never have to worry about an overdue bill again. It's easy to use online banking app with an automatic deposit feature for mortgages and rent payments. You can pay bills completely hands off. You'll receive notifications so you know exactly when your payments go through. And there's an automatic savings feature. You can use best app for home maintenance is Centrique. So your fridge just broke, but you bought it so long ago that you don't even remember if it came with an owner's manual. Now what? You have easily accessible owner's manual for everything in your home, including appliances, electronics, AC, heaters, security system, plants, and landscaping, and more. You just take a picture of the object and the app provides the information. Best app for home improvement is House. I like House for inspiration, but as I said in the half hour before this, I like to keep control of the vendors. So I don't necessarily want the homeowner shopping for vendors on House, contractors and so on. I'd much rather use the list that I've compiled and send that to them as a value add. And I would just say, I would just say in the newsletter, please note, there's a list of vendors that past clients have used and recommended, or other agents in our office have used and recommended that are A+. If you'd like, that's the call to action for this. If you'd like to have a copy of that list, please contact me. Okay, and then let's see. Best app for home security is Vivint Smart Home. And they do have a variety of tools at their fingertips. You can lock and unlock doors, adjust lights. Not all of these are free, by the way. You can program and preset thermostats. You can see and talk to visitors through doorbells, cameras, and much more. And then there's an app for finding trails, parks, and hikes close by, and that's All Trails. And, you know, I don't know if this has ever happened to you, but this has happened to me. It's Saturday. I don't really have anything going on. I want to do something fun, but I don't know what's going on. I don't necessarily want to drive into downtown Atlanta to go to anything that's going on there. So this is a great app to find out, hey, there's a park, or there's a bike ride place, or there's a trail where I could, you know, walk or hike with my husband. So it's got over 75,000 trails, and it's just crazy. Best app for overall home improvement. Best app for overall home management is Home Zeta, and that they help you. It's just a very informational app, and it gives you kind of answers to decorating, managing, and maintaining your home. And then there's a few more. So House is the one I talked about, where I would say use House for inspiration, but if you'd like to have vetted contractors, please contact me. Best app for sustainability is Juliebug. So it'll help you find habits and ways to lower your energy consumption. It has a lot of different categories like energy, water, waste, transportation, food, drink, shopping in the office and outdoors. And there's a social component, so you can share your achievements and activities and connect with friends. Then there's a best app for home tips and tricks, and that's Bright Nest. So for maintenance reminders, like when to change your fire alarm batteries, to fun DIY projects, you can learn everything about how to layer your indoor lighting, to expert outdoor grilling advice. Then there's a best app for interior design, and that's Havenly. Best app for finding a pet-friendly places is Bring Fido. So it tells you places to stay, play, and eat with your dog, pet-friendly hotels, restaurants, also activities that involve dogs. Like in St. Louis, we have something called Bark in the Park, where everybody brings their dogs and the dogs are all dressed up and they just get to be dogs and play. And then they get awards for best costume. It's really fun, which it might be a fun event to put on here and host as a sponsor. Best app for furniture assembly and moving man and handyman tasks is TaskRabbit. And I just find this one a great one because sometimes you get furniture that the instructions aren't really clear on how to put it together and they can figure it out. Also cleaners, or you want to get your home ready for a holiday party, moving and packing to general handyman tasks. TaskRabbit helps connect homeowners with local professionals to help getting things done around the home. This is another one where I might vet I don't have anybody that puts together furnitures. I have movers and packers and general handymen. So I might also use a call to response would be, contact me for the list. Best app for finding the perfect paint color, ColorSnap Visualizer. You basically just tap and change the wall color after you've uploaded a photo with colors and palettes you want to try. And then, so now we're in September, and September would be how to hire an amazing realtor. And so you'd create a list of questions to ask a realtor that would make you stand out. Things like, well, I'll post a list of questions that I've used in the past, like why Keller Williams? Well, we know why Keller Williams. Why me? What will you receive my attention in all aspects of the transaction? And the answer is yes. My team is here to support me, but I will be face to face with you on every important detail of this transaction. So you ask the questions that you can have great answers for. And then you want to also list the 5 attributes of an amazing realtor, and that's you. So you want to say that you're a pricing specialist, you're a marketing specialist, or you have a marketing coordinator, negotiation specialist, prospecting specialist. And here's where I say on listing appointments, one of the things that differentiates my listing presentation with others is I say, one of my marketing strategies is to actually be on the phone for 2 hours every day prospecting for buyers for your home. And first of all, for me to be able to do that, I have to have a database, and I have an extensive database. And then also I have to have a database of realtors, and I do have a database of realtors who are absolutely willing to bring their buyers to the table. And so between those two, we're able to find buyers for your home. And it's not just a matter of putting in an FMLS and MLS and sitting back, as some agents are doing now. It's a matter of really trying to spread the net wide to get as many buyers in as possible to see your home. And that drives multiple offers and higher offers. Then you want to say that you're a communication specialist. And this one's really important because the reason why people don't like their experience with the realtor is because there was a lack of communication. So if you take a listing, you want to do a week. In the new buyer presentation packet, which I love, is a page that says, how would you like to be contacted? And how would you like to be updated on important notifications? And it gives them a chance to say text, email, phone. It gives them a chance to kind of lay that out there, what they would like. So that's a really important question to ask. I have people that I've worked with, a number of times, and they're like, I don't need your weekly marketing update. I know you're working. And so I don't send it to them because it's just junk in their email. Then I have other people that I haven't worked with, and I'm like, I do a weekly marketing report. If you're interested, I'll be glad to send it to you. And what I put on the weekly marketing report are my activities, my marketing activities for the week. So for instance, the first week might be for the listing might be hired professional photographer, professional photographs taken, home staged, prospected 2 hours daily, created coming soon, all the things that we do before a listing goes live. Then the first week would be posted on social media, got the landing page, flyers made, Facebook ads, and then I also will show them views on FMLS, and I'll do that in another class, but I would show them views on FMLS, how many views they've gotten. You can also do that on Zillow as well, and that kind of helps them understand what their reach is for your marketing activities. So then October would be real estate investing and how it creates income while you sleep. So I would outline why real estate investing is just an amazing way. More millionaires are created in real estate than any other way, right? So we want to help our buyers create, we want to help our clients create wealth. We might invite them to a wealth building seminar where you partner up with another real estate investor, or you partner up with an investment banker, and you do a how to buy investment homes, what the formulas are for buying an investment homes. You could partner with another agent for this as well. But you want to talk about appreciation of the asset. You want to talk about the hedge against inflation, and you want to talk about cash flow. Again, there's a ton out there on the internet for, I mean, I think every other day there's a webinar for flippers or for how to be a wholesaler or how to invest in real estate. So you want to utilize those things. And your call to action would be contact me. You know, the call to action for September would be contact me if you're interested in buying or selling a home. And October would be contact me to interview me to earn your business. October would be contact me if you're interested in wealth building. And I don't know anybody who's not interested in wealth building unless they're, 80 years old and they're just not interested. And I'm not being age discriminatory, just priorities change. So November would be a gratitude letter. You talk about the year, what happened in the year. Like for 2020, you'd say, wow, this was a year where we all had challenges, but we all came through it. Some of us with a little bit more poundage, some of us with more fitness, some of us with better recipes, some of us with really clean homes, and some of us with, whatever it is you're going to say. You're going to say gratitude for your clients, of course. You're going to send wishes for your database, and you're going to talk about, you're going to make the letter very heartfelt. This is where I would also, and I'm going to add this in, talk about types of entertaining. And this gets them ready for holiday parties. So for instance, right now, what's really popular is layered entertaining, which is where you have appetizers in the kitchen, then maybe you have your entree in the dining room, and then you have your dessert either out on the terrace or in the terrace level. So you move around the house and have different stations set up with different things. And it just gets people moving and keeps their energy high as opposed to sitting at a dining room table for hours and hours and hours. I can tell you one of my very favorite, you might talk about buffets. One of my very favorite Christmases that we had at our home was when we just did a buffet of finger foods instead of the big whole turkey thing. And my mom actually got to enjoy the day, even though we always helped her. She was the one that had to get up at 4 or 5. And sometimes one of us would get up to help her wrestle if it was a big turkey, but she's the one that had to get up and do that. So she was always tired on those days. So to have a stress-free entertaining day of just a buffet where finger foods are there, they can be made the day before, something gets heated up the day up, but it's no big deal. So you might talk about that type of entertaining as well for a stress-free holiday. And then December would be 5 tips for a safe holiday. Use smart lights, video, doorbells, and systems to prevent theft. Make sure the holiday lights and decorations are in good condition, and turn off the lights at night, of course. And I've read that you don't leave elf on a shelf near a heat source because they melt, and that's really sad for the kids. So, and don't overshare on social media. I see people all the time saying, I'm going to so-and-so for a week. I'm going to Cabo for a week. And I think, wow, you don't know who's reading that and who can look up. You can look up anybody on True People Search and find out all their information. Then you can do a reverse phone search and find out where they live, and they're gone. So it's just an invitation. So I always say, talk about your vacation after you're back. And the same if you have family members coming to visit you. Don't talk about the family members that are coming to visit you until after they've gone home and they're safe and sound. Double check to make sure that smoke alarms and fire extinguishers are in good condition. And then you want to encourage your clients or your database to practice safe gift giving. These are tips as well. Age appropriate gifts. And you want to gift safety equipment and giving things like bikes, skateboards, things like helmets, knee pads, those things. And also encourage them to look at the Consumer Product Safety Commission, CPSC, for recalls. Every year there's something that's recalled that's a hot toy. I know one year it was a Cabbage Patch doll that had hinged jaws, and it was was hurting kids' fingers and getting their hair caught in the mouth. So that was recalled. So you can encourage them, and also for us to do this. So we'll flesh out, and I offered just before you came on, Luanda, and I think you were on last time. We'll get together. I like to do 1 quarter at a time, or 2 quarters at a time. So we could get together. Maybe we'll come into the training room, bring a bottle of wine and some finger foods, and we can all get together and flesh out what this looks like with the images, and then we can all we're not all marketing to the same person, so we can all or to the same people, so we can absolutely use the same template for all of us, or you can tweak it and make it yours.
Because we said we were going to get together too for something else on the last class that we had. I
Yeah,
can't
that's
remember what we said.
Same thing I'm talking about. It's to get
Okay.
together to create our 12-month marketing plan. So I just wanted to give us an outline for what it looks like.
Okay.
I'm not committed to any one of these for any month except for maybe January and February, because I do want to hit hard on people needing to sell their house before the season starts, and I want to get about it at the first of the year. But the rest of these, I mean, like the home apps, homeowner apps, that could be just pretty much any month.
Okay.
So we can sit down and discuss it, and I'll set something up. We're going to do the meet and greet July 7th. So I would probably focus on for July the real home value calculator. I'll post the checklist that I use, and then I don't know that if I get my newsletter created, I'll share it, and you can all use that as well. And I'm going to post this outline in the PC help, and Nicole, I'll send it to you. And thank you for being on here.
Okay,
Nicole.
great.
So anyway, do you have any questions for me, Luanda?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I definitely like this outline.
Good. I ripped off and tweaked. So
Okay.
So we don't have to create anything from scratch. It's all out there. We just have to make it ours and not duplicate. We don't just duplicate it because somebody put some effort into it. So
Exactly.
I use the ideas and then put my own bullet points in for the most part.
Okay.
So anyway, okay, that's it for today. And I look forward, I hope, by the way, I'm on vacation next week. So no one-on-ones next week, no morning huddles, but go into Bill's morning huddle because you'll still get some great information there. And of course, I'm going to be, except for this weekend and through Tuesday, I'll be back Wednesday, and I'll be in my house Wednesday through the weekend. So just give me a call if you have any deals going on you need help with.
Okay. Thank you so much. And you guys have a great weekend.
All right. Take care.
Candace.
Bye, Nicole. Bye, Luanda.
Bye-bye. Thank you.